everyone. Well, and the screen is visible to you. Am I audible to you? A quick yes, no would help. So our last example was about the sleep and is alive. Okay, in is alive, we checked whether the thread is alive or not, and we also learned how we can make a thread which should be waiting for other threads to join, other thread to die using something called as a T dot join, using T dot join. So join indicates that waiting for the other thread to die, and is alive will tell me the status whether it is alive or not. Okay? So there was one topic which was remaining, and it was the synchronization, and it was about the synchronization. Now the concept of the synchronization is once the thread gets access to a particular resource, it should carry out that task completely before relenting or giving the control to some other thread. Before giving the control to some other thread. We will first see an example which does not use the concept of synchronization, and the next example will modify it to check the concept of a synchronization. Okay. So what I will do is I'll copy this entire code and put it in an online compiler. So let's go to Java. Okay, let's paste it. If you look over here to this particular code, there is a class called as call me, which has got a function called as call, in which I have a try catch block which makes a thread sleep for 1000 milliseconds. In this particular call, what I do, I display this square bracket, I display the message which is giving, I make the thread sleep for 1000, and after that it should display the closing bracket. It should display the closing bracket. There is another class called as a caller which implements Runnable. Kindly pay attention. There was a class called as call me, in which we had a call function which had this particular SOP, then it had a try catch, and then we have an SOP. Its job is to display the message in the square bracket. There is another class called as caller which is implementing a Runnable, okay. What it has got a string message, it has got a call me target. That means target is a reference variable of call me, this particular class. And we have got a constructor over here. Which takes two parameters. One is a variable of the call me, another one is a string. So what I'm doing out over here is whichever class is going to send this information, that information will be trapped in target, which will be assigned to target, which will be this one of the class call me, which is over here. And whatever string is being passed, that will be assigned to message, this particular message. And then what I do, I create a thread with this particular object, whichever is going to be called from the main. And then I make a call to t.start. Okay. So this t.start should make a call to the run method, Okay. And the run method should make a call to the call function. Should make a call to the call function. Now, which is the call function over here? If you look over here, this is the call function. This is the call function. So in short, there is a class call me, which has got a call function, which has got a SOP, try catch, opening bracket, closing bracket. There is a class called as caller, which is implementing a runnable, which has got three things: message, target, and the thread. All these are reference. In the constructor, I initialize target with target, which is coming, the message with S, and creating a thread and making a call to the run. Run is making a call to the call function, which is available over here. We haven't touched the main. In the main, what I do is, let's call this as a main, so there is no confusion. Let's call this as a main. So what I do is, I first create an object of the call me, first class. Okay. So what I've done over here is, I created an object of this particular class, call me. Done. And after that, what I do is, I create three objects, OB1, OB2, and OB3. I create three objects by saying caller OB1 is equal to new caller, caller OB2 is equal to new caller, caller OB3 is equal to new caller. And what is caller? Caller is nothing but this particular class, which is implementing runnable, and its constructor takes two parameter. Its constructor takes two parameter. One is the reference variable of the call me class. Second is a string. So when I say caller OB1 is equal to new caller target comma hello, what is target? Target is an object of the call me. Target is an object of the call me. So this is the call me. Does it have a constructor? No. So when I say caller OB1 is equal to new caller target comma hello, what has happened is it has went into the constructor of the caller over here and it is executing this line. When I say it is executing the line between 18 and 23, what I mean is this particular target, okay, of the call me is passed over here, that is assigned over here. Then this particular hello is stored over here to S, is assigned to message. And then I'm saying T is equal to new thread, T dot start. Start makes a call to the run. Run basically passes this particular message to this particular call function and it carries out this particular task. But kindly remember, I'm making my thread sleep for 1000 millisecond. I'm making a thread sleep for 1000 millisecond. Meanwhile, after executing this particular constructor, control has come back over here and I'm saying caller OB2 is equal to new caller target synchronize. I'm passing the string called as synchronize. So what has happened? OB2 is now again referencing to which particular object, caller object. So it comes again into the constructor. What is the target in this case? This particular target, the same target. Okay, but I'm passing a string called as synchronize. So again, what will happen? It will come to the constructor. In the constructor, these are the lines. This makes a call to the run. Control comes over here, makes a call to the call. Again, this particular line will be executed. Okay. And similarly for the caller OB3. That means what has happened is I created an object call me, which is this particular class. And then what I did, I basically created an object of the caller class and passed two things. One is target, another is strings. First is target, second is synchronize. First is target, third is hello. Hello, synchronized world. Clear? Now kindly remember that when you make a call to the constructor of the caller, it has come over here, it has executed this code, and if you look at the message, if you look at this call, the call function comes over here. There is a square bracket. There is a message which I am passing. In the first case, what is a message? Hello. And there is something called as a closing bracket. That means opening bracket, message, in this case is hello, and then the closing bracket. In the next case, what is happening? It is synchronized. That means opening bracket, synchronize, closing bracket. In the third case, it is world. So opening bracket, world, and the closing bracket, and the closing bracket. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll remove the custom input and I will try to run it. So let's see the output. So when I run the code, I got the opening bracket, I got the string hello, but I never got a closing bracket. Why? What had happened in this case was it displayed this opening bracket, it displayed this particular message hello, and it went into the sleep. As soon as it went into the sleep, what happened was another thread got its chance. So what happened was it came over here, displayed the opening bracket, displays the synchronize, Okay, display the synchronize and it did display the closing bracket. And then what happened when it went for the sleep, the third object got its chance. And in this case, what happened? It displayed the opening bracket, it displayed the world, it displayed even the closing bracket. And then what happened was whatever was remaining, what was remaining? The closing bracket of synchronize, the closing bracket of hello was displayed over here. Was displayed over here. So what Java tells us that whenever you are working with the shared resource, in this case, what is the shared resource over here? The shared resource was a target. The shared resource was a target. So when you are working with the shared resource and if you are creating a multiple threads, then there is bound to be a problem because of the sleep mechanism or because of the time given to a particular thread. It may not carry out the task completely. So what we need to do, we need to synchronize the thread. What do you mean by synchronize the thread? If one thread gets a chance to execute the code, it should completely execute the code. Imagine that you are debiting the amount from some particular amount from particular account and crediting it in some other account. Then that particular task of debiting it as well as crediting it is a complete task which should be handled completely. It shouldn't jump to another thread in between. Okay. So point number one, first of all, I'm going to give you this particular code, analyze it. Okay. If you have any doubts, kindly raise it. And then what will be my second part? The second part will be how to create a synchronized code for this. So kindly execute this following code. Take your time and ask me your doubts. No, callback is something which is different. Callback is something related to that. Okay, after a certain time, that event loop of the JavaScript is going to make a call. Here it is a pure switching based on the sleep over here. Your Windows is continuously using a callback. For example, if you right click on the notepad, you will get a different context menu. If you right click on the screen, you will get a different context menu. So that click event is nothing but a callback. Okay, I now clicked on it. Kindly give me the necessary menu. And that menu will be different for different application. The purpose of join is for the thread to die. Otherwise, what will happen? Your main thread will die first. So if you want a main thread to die at the end, I am using join. If the main thread has started and some threads have started, okay, I don't want my main thread to die first. I want it to die at the end. This example is not at all about synchronization. This, I never taught you synchronization. This is telling you what happens when we are allowing multiple thread to share a particular shared concept over here. Tanmay, what you do is, I want you to go to the join and tell me the signature of the join. I want you to go to the documentation and tell me the signature of join. Yes, Tanmay, your question was good. Did you get the answer for it? So if you look over here, join is throwing which particular exception? Interrupted exception. Since it is throwing, I and E should be capital, okay? I and E should be, it is throwing the interrupted exception. Hence, this particular join should be placed in a try catch block. Should be placed in a try catch block. Is it clear? So can we convert this particular code into now synchronized code? All of you are done? Clear? Then switch to some other online compiler, Sahil, and get it done. I will wait for 2 minutes, then I will start with the synchronization. Okay, good. So we learned that whenever we are trying to work with the resource, in our case, this was the resource, okay, in which all the three threads were trying to access this particular resource. And if you are making the thread to sleep, then it is obviously bound to give me a different output. It is not going to complete the task. So what we need to do is we need to make the code synchronize. Okay. We need to have something called as a synchronization to handle that particular task. And what you have to do is you have to do only one thing. You have to just say, go to the run method over here. Okay. And then say synchronize this particular target.call. What it means is when this particular object was created, it went into the constructor. When it went into the constructor, am I audible now? Kunal, I'm audible. Okay. So now what happened was when I created an object of a caller class, okay, I passed two parameters, target and hello. So control came over here to this particular constructor. These were the two lines I was interested in. T is equal to new thread this and T dot start. So when I say T dot start, it came over here. Now this synchronized target means whichever thread has got access to it, in our case this one, should completely run that particular method called as call. Whatever is placed in this particular block, this particular line should be executed. So call makes a call over here. What is the message being passed? It is hello. So what will happen in this case is square bracket hello will be displayed. Make a thread sleep for 1000 milliseconds. It is going to still wait. It is not going to relinquish the control. It will then give me the closing bracket, and then what will happen? It will give me the chance for other thread to run. So that is the concept of synchronization. Let that particular task be completely executed, and then only it should give the chance to another thread. Then only it should give the chance to another thread. So when I try to run it, let's see whether we are in a position to get that square bracket hello, synchronize code and so on. So if you look over here, what happened was when this particular line was executed, control came to this particular constructor. We said t dot start, made a call to run, in which I say synchronize the target. That means whichever thread has got access to it, that will execute it completely. So this particular call function will be executed completely. That means opening bracket, message and the closing bracket. Okay. Then the second thread started, it was synchronized. So again, control came over here. This became square bracket, synchronized, close bracket. And finally the world, opening bracket, world and the closing bracket. So kindly change this particular method. Kindly change this code. Execute it again. So if you have any doubts, kindly raise it. If you have completed, kindly type yes in the chat window. Okay, thank you. Okay. You have been given the following code. Public class test implements Runnable. We have the main thread T is equal to new thread this T dot start public void run SOP test. There are certain options. Kindly give me the correct answer in 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, you should write the answer. At 12:03, you should write the answer, not before that. Do not write the answer before 12:03. Kindly go through this particular code and write down the correct option at 12:03. Yes, time is up. Let's see some of the answers. Let's see some of the answers. Okay. So, C. Most of the people have given the answer as C. Okay, my question, good. My question to you is, what is this? What is this? In this case, what is this?
Yes, Sayam, what is this in this case? The current thread. Now my question to you is something like this. Pay attention. Okay. Can a static function, can a static function, can a static function access this? Can a static function access this? The static function cannot access this. Okay. So this is the troublemaker over here. This is going to give me an error. Hence, the answer in this case is A. The program does not compile because this cannot be referenced in a static method. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this code. Okay. And now I want you to make the changes in this code so that it will run. So that it will run. Think about this. What should I do? What changes I need to do so that it will run? See what I will do, I'll copy this. Okay. Let me take you to the code chef screen. Let me just run this. So it clearly says that a non-static variable this cannot be referenced from the static context. Okay, why? Because this is a static function. Now you as a developer have to make the changes in this code so that it will run it. So I want to see the creativity of the students. So take your own time and then paste the code so that I can analyze it. Yes, any inputs? I want to make this code run. What should I do? You are free to think in any way. See, I want to make a call to the run. There is a main class which is implementing Runnable. I want to make a call to the run. How we can ensure it? Okay. Sahil, paste a solution after 1 or 2 minutes. Let other student also think about it. Because then I will analyze the students of multiple students. Just give 2 minutes to the student. No, no, your solution is not visible. Acha, you have made the changes here. Okay, okay. Good. New thread. Okay, good. Yeah, it is visible. Okay, got it. Good. Okay, next example. There is a main method. In this particular main method, what I am doing, I am saying new test. In the new test, what I'm doing, there is a class test. Okay. In this, I am saying create an object of a test. In this, what I do, I create two objects, print A and print B of the type print character. I am passing the character A and B, and the number of times it should be displayed is 4. I make a call to the run method. Okay. This is this particular character print char which is implementing runnable. These are the two variables, character to print and times. So when I say print character print A, this particular line, when I say print character print A is equal to new print char A comma B, what has happened is it has gone in the constructor. It has gone in the constructor. Okay, and in the constructor it assigned the value C to character to print T to times. Okay, then there is something called as a run method which is displaying this SOP. Yeah. So let's analyze this question again. Question number 2. There is a class test in which I have a main, in which I say new test. Fine. In the public test, what I am doing, I am creating two objects, print A and print B, and I am making a call to the run. So somewhere in this particular class, there should be run method. Do I have a run method? Yes, I have a run method. What I am doing, I am running it times number of times and displaying character to print. Okay. You may ask what is times. In the constructor, the value of T is assigned to times. In this case, it is 4. In this case, it is 4. Okay. And the various option given is AAA along with BBB along with AAA, character A and B randomly, AB, something like this. So the question is, what will be the output in this case? Let me show you this question again. See, public class test in which I'm saying new test. This is straightforward. So the control comes to test. Okay. There are two objects, print A and print B of print character. I make a call to the run. Control comes over here. It is printing character to print. There is no sleep method. There is character C. There is int T, which is initializing character to print and times. Question is they are asking what should be the output in this case? And these are the options. If you look over here, yes. Be very careful when you are attempting the MCQ. Okay. If you look in this entire program, there is no start. There is no start. And if there is no start, that means this entire program is running as a single thread. This entire program is running as a single thread. That means
I made a first call by saying print 8.run. Control came over here. That many times, what should be displayed? 8 should be displayed. Then I say print b.run. So what happened? That many times b should be printed. Hence, this particular option, character a be randomly printed, is not the correct answer. Correct answer is this one. Because it's a single threaded application. Because we haven't put a start over here. We haven't put a start. We haven't put a start. Is it clear? Analyze the third question. Public abstract class test implements runnable public void do something. Very tricky question. First of all, it is saying that there is a class test which is implementing runnable. Okay. Then it is saying public void do something. There are 4 options given to you, A, B, C, D. Okay. Take 2 minutes, think about it, and write down the correct answer. Okay. Good observation, Rishi. Rishi, tell me, what does a runnable class has? Which particular method from the runnable class have to be implemented by each and every class? Which is that particular function from the runnable class? In the runnable class, we have an abstract function called as run. Very good. And which should be implemented by each and every class. So now, look at this question very carefully. Very, very carefully. Okay. What it did was they added a keyword called as abstract. They added a keyword called as abstract. That means you already have a runnable class in which there is an abstract function called as run. But here they have put a abstract over here. They have put a abstract. That means there is no compulsion for this particular class to implement the run method. Why? Because you have made it as an abstract class. You have made it as an abstract class. That means if I have a class which extends test, okay, now this particular class should implement which particular function? Run function. Are you with me? Then this is a concrete class. This is no longer an abstract class. Since it is extending this particular class test, which is implementing runnable, since you made this as an abstract class, you need not provide the run method in this class, but this particular class has to be compulsorily mentioning the run method. If you have any doubts, kindly raise it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if there is a class which implements runnable, then compulsorily you have to write the run method. But if it is an abstract class, there is no need to implement the run method of the runnable. So whichever class in the future is going to extend this test class, it should implement the runnable. It should implement the runnable. Are you with me? Any doubts? Kindly raise it. I'll wait for a minute. Okay. Now I have made a modification to this particular program. Think about it and answer very, very carefully. There is a class test which is implementing runnable. This is no longer an abstract class. There is a main function. I'm creating an object. I'm saying t.start. There is a run function over here. Now what should happen in this case? Please kindly think and then answer. Kindly think and then answer. So now, what is the option? Is it A, the program does not compile because there is no start method, or the program compiles but it does not run because the start method is not defined? I want you to go through, copy this, run it, and tell me the answer. Those who are conceptually very strong have got the answer. Yes, your observation. Is it A or is it B? Okay. The answer for the previous question was the program compiles but it does not run because there is no start method defined. Analyze the question number 5. Now that I have written a complete proper code, there is a class test which implements the runnable. There is a testee, there is a constructor. In the constructor, I create a thread. Okay, then I say t dot start, and then there is a run method. Class implementing runnable.
create an object, there is a constructor, create a thread, make a call to the start, start makes a call to the run. Will this code run? Yes or no? So in this case, what I did, I created an object in the main by saying test t, and again I said in the constructor thread t. Now, is it okay to give the same reference name in both the main as well as in the test? Yes, it is perfectly fine because the function are different. This is a separate function, this is a separate function. So it should work. So the program should compile and run the display test. So the answer is D. Answer is D. Okay. So we got a test. See here, the trick I did was I created a pure thread object by saying thread t is equal to new thread. I never said test t is equal to new thread. I never said test t is equal to new thread. What I did was thread t is equal to new thread, and I passed this particular this. What is this? The current reference of this particular class in the constructor. And I never did this in the main. It would have given me this error. So did it in the constructor. Then I said made a call to the start. Start made a call to the run. So this was a trick. Create an object, then in the constructor use this. Then you did not say extends thread. Which of the following statements are defined in the object class? This is a straightforward example where you have to go to the documentation and check out which are the classes. And the answer in this case is wait, notify, notify all toString. In your case, you do not have this in the syllabus, but there is a function called as wait, notify. This is beyond the syllabus, but you should know that the functions are wait, notify, notify to all, and toString. These are the functions available in object class. Sleep is not available. Sleep is available in thread. Java.language.object, these are available. Now, this particular question is checking what will happen if I make a call to the start twice. Normally, what I teach you, I say create an object, okay, make a call to the start, and start should make a call to the run. Now, if I make a call to the start
twice, what should happen? Kindly pay attention. I am saying extends thread. I am saying extends thread. So what should happen if I say start twice? That means you are saying T dot start means kindly execute the thread by making a call to the run. Again, you are saying T dot start. Okay. If you're trying to say T dot start on a thread which is already being started, then what should happen? It should give me illegal thread exception, because once an object is created and once you say start, start will start running the thread over here, and you cannot basically again start a thread which is running, which is running. So having two T dot start is an error. It will give me illegal thread state exception. Illegal thread state exception. No, you cannot do this using any of the mechanism, because what should happen is when I say T dot start, the thread has already started. Once the thread has started, either it will be in the running state or in the block state, or it will die. Once the thread die, then only you can say T dot start. That means you will have to wait for the thread to die and then again you can start a thread, not before that. Once a thread is started, no, you cannot do it. You cannot do it. Which of the following method is a static in java.language.thread? So what they are asking is whether you have gone through the documentation or not. This is a straightforward example in which only the one static method is there, and that is a sleep. And that is a sleep. Okay. But normally t.join we use for the thread to die. That means once the thread has died, check it with is alive. And after is alive gives a false, you kindly can create that particular thread. Any question? So I guess today you had the math ST, right? So on Monday at 1:30, you're going to have your Java FA. Okay. So our regular class will be held, but it will be only for 1 hour. So it will start at 10:45. It will get over at 11:45. Okay. Only 1 hour class will be there. Then you'll be giving the exam for the Java. Okay. All the best for your Java exam, FA exam. But on Monday, you will have a regular class for 1 hour. You will have a regular class for 1 hour, 10:45 to 11:45. Any doubts? Okay. So that will be the end of the session. Thank you very much. Okay. Monday will continue at 10:45.